What's up, y'all? Let's have fun today, man. Let's do something like, I don't know. I just have a question for you. And this question is awesome. No, I'm just kidding. Top 5 video games that are unpopular that if you were stranded on an island and all you had was Wi-Fi, what would you play? Like, keep it real. What would you what kind of games would you enjoy by yourself and or with just Wi-Fi? That's it. That's all you got. So Wi-Fi and your game. All right. So let's do it. I'm gonna start it off. And leave all of your recommendations down below in the comments. And be totally honest, because I'm gonna be totally honest. All right. Starting with number 5 for me. Uh, it feels so good to get this kind of stuff off your chest. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Number 5 would be Final Fantasy X 2. Everybody plays Final Fantasy X, and great game. I can't bash the game whatsoever. I'm just saying, like, 10-2 was something special because you had your team of three, Yuna, Riku, and Pain. And I just love it's weird for me because I love grinding. I love grinding in video games. So for me to go to this opponent, this enemy named Shell Shocker, and just like get so much XP as long as you equip your people with anti poison material, you'll be fine. Like Shell Shocker in chapter, I believe it's chapter 2, cannot kill you. He will simply take all of your life and down to 1 HP. And then the move also poisons, so the poison is what kills you. But if you have anti-poison, then you're good to go. I love taking somebody and making them the white mage. I love grinding Shell Shocker. Like I have videos in my uh, channel or one of my other channels, just exploiting that and just being like level 50 in chapter 2, which by the way, you could be level 50 and easily clear the game. It's awesome. All right, number 4. I would have to say games that are popular or unpopular. Trace Memory for the DS. I promise you, me talking about this game, there's going to be maybe one person in the chat or the comments or anywhere that knows what Trace Memory is. Trace Memory was a phenomenal puzzle game, and puzzle as in like I don't want to spoil anything, but a girl gets a DS. It's a DS. She gets it. She has to go discover and find her father, right? So she finds her father on an island, right? Where he's supposed to be. And I won't say anything more or less, but phenomenal game. I'm not a fan of those type of games, but that game had me so hooked and figuring out like the elements of how to like get deeper into the island. I can't say more. I'm sorry. I went against my promise. All right, there we go. So number 3 would have to be uh let's see. This is a good question. Number 3, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I don't see anybody really playing it. Like it's grind heavy and yeah, it's only for the Switch, so I got a PS4, PS5, whatever, Xbox Series X, Xbox One. I can't play the game, and I think that's the big issue because the Ultimate Alliances have been on 360 and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I don't see it enough. Um, the game's great. I watched all the Marvel movies, um, and I feel like all the Marvel movies have their story where if you were to play a video game that talks about like any stories with Marvel that you'd be like, "Oh, that didn't happen in the movie." No, no, no. Its story stands alone. Everyone is in character. It's a great game. I have some complaints with the game, but that doesn't mean the game won't last as long as you can. You know what I'm saying? The complaints are like, you only get 1,000 shards to equip yourself, and it's kind of a grind to go through all the shards. and see what you want to quit and what you want to get rid of. They need to fix that, but that's besides the point. That's up there. Number two, would have to be who. I'm gonna get roasted. I'm gonna get roasted for this. Earthbound. Earthbound on the NES. It's not a good game, but did you hear what I said before though? I like grinding, and to see somebody like Ness, he's not really Ness in that game. And I'm talking the Japanese one where it was way harder, and I've been playing the crap out of it. It's awesome. No sense of direction sometimes, and like things are just, man, things are like crazy. Where you could just be overpowered, over leveled, and the next thing you know, uh, you just get one shot by something, or something crazy happens, like criticals back to back, and you just miss all the time. But when you grind and you get that sense of satisfaction and figuring out how the characters can actually work with you, it it's awesome. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy to me. The game's crazy. There's a lot of crazy random characters that just do random things that just make sense. You can get a team of just bird fighters that just say, "Hey, I'm down to fight with you, bro." And the next thing you know, he's just on your team, just fighting. And then when you, I don't want to say too much. It's just wacky. That's the best word I can deal with it. It's wacky. So yeah, I have to put Earthbound on there. My number one game. People don't like it, but I, you know what? I'm gonna say it. This, honorable mention first. First honorable mention. All right, Pokemon Sword and Shield. People don't like it. Dex Nav and all sorts of stuff, and I'm just like, man, when I go to those dungeons and I do raids after raids, and then just to get the shinies at the end, and yeah, the shiny rates are not good like the other games, but there's a point where, excuse me, there's a point where there's like shinies are too easy, like the whole wormholes and stuff like that in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moons, and like all that. But I still got to give them the credit. It's still Pokemon at heart. I mean, you gather your team, you you breed, you beat down some like, you get a team of your favorites. It's awesome. It's a good time. I mean, with the DLC, yeah, you have to pay more. But I mean, Unpopular, it's still selling well, on the Switch. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. People still want Pokemon, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But yeah, you ready for this? This is going to be rough. Number one, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. First of all, I have a tattoo. Oh, it's probably upside down, but of Mega Man X on me. It's upside down. There we go. So when I heard X was gonna be in a Marvel vs. Capcom and not just the regular Mega Man or Roll, I was all about it. And seeing Sigma um, just made my heart melt. And then people were complaining about the graphics, how they looked, and Chun Li didn't look that good. I simply was like, I'm here for the ride. Every Marvel vs. Capcom kind of looks different if you think about it, with the exception of 1 and 2. But 1 and 2 is still a little bit different because they needed more storage to have so many characters in 2. And 2 is god tier. All right, people think 3 is. 3 was not. I wasn't that much of a fan. I own it, and I don't know. I don't know. 2 was just the peak. I'll just say that. But this game has a great story mode. Takes forever to do, and it kind of sucks that you can't do the story mode again, but with the characters that you love. Um, it sucks that a lot of things were hidden behind paywalls. I didn't really pay too much. I paid for the other characters like Black Panther. And yes, let's get the elephant out of the room, man. Let's get the elephant out of the room. The X-Men and other characters. Like, you don't have Wolverine, you don't have any of that. But it's still a great fighting game that has fundamentals that anyone can pick up. Anyone can pick this game up. I'm serious. Go get your 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old cousin, uh, nephew, niece, um, little brother, little sister. Like, just go get them, man, and just let them hop on the sticks. You know what I'm saying? And then once they hop on the sticks and start tearing up some bad guys on a very easy mode, you'll understand what I mean. Like, you pick it up from very easy mode, and it's really easy to start developing yourself. And then next thing you know, you're waxing people like I'm waxing on like the hardest mode. It's not a challenge anymore for me, so that's one complaint. But I will say, like, there's some elements of the game that makes it just fun, man. And just get a bunch of your buds to come over and just have a good time. So that's it for me. Thank you guys for listening. What are your guys' 5 unpopular games that just you enjoy? All right, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. You all are the best.